And the U.S. strikes Iran again while President Trump weighs a potential new deal. It's time for the Streamline, everything you need to know in 10 minutes or less. Now, over the weekend, the U.S. struck Iranian drone sites. U.S. Central Command says it was self-defense after Iran shot down an American drone. Iran is warning it will respond aggressively to any more attacks. And meanwhile, President Trump says he is in no rush to sign a deal. On Truth Social, he says he wants Iran to open the Strait of Hormuz and give up its enriched uranium. And he also wants a guarantee that Iran will not build a nuclear weapon. But some lawmakers say the current conflict is only making Iran stronger. Now, Iranian leaders say they will not agree to a deal until they secure the rights of their people. Israel's fight against Hezbollah in Lebanon could also complicate the negotiations.
A major event planned for America's 250th anniversary is losing its star power. President Trump says he now plans to headline the Great American State Fair on the National Mall on June 24th, as several musicians pulled out of the event. Artists like Martina McBride, Bret Michaels, and Young MC say that organizers misled them. They say they were told the fair was nonpartisan. It's unclear what information the artists were given by organizers. Critics argue the Trump administration has politicized the event. President Trump recently suggested scrapping the 16-day fair entirely and instead holding a Make America Great Again rally instead.
And for the first time this election season, 2 Democrats are leading in the race for California's next governor ahead of tomorrow's primary. Now, Democrats Javier Becerra and Tom Steyer are now leading the race in the latest poll from Emerson College, with Republican Steve Hilton now in third. Becerra shot to the lead over the last few months since Congressman Eric Swalwell ended his campaign over sexual assault allegations. Steyer and Hilton have been battling out for one of the 2 spots for a majority of their campaigns. And political experts say at this point it's a toss-up for the 2nd spot on November's ballot. The top 2 vote-getters in tomorrow's primary will move on to the general election.
And I'll be back in court this morning as week 3 of the Larry Miliete murder trial begins. Last week, we heard testimony from law enforcement and Maya's family. ABC 10 News executive reporter Adam Rakusin sits down with ABC 10 News reporter Laura Acevedo, who's also been following this trial very closely. They go off the record with a wrap of where the case now stands.
Who did we see on the stand?
Yeah, so Wednesday afternoon we heard from one of the brothers, JP, and then the following day, Thursday, we heard from him during cross-examination. We heard from her sister, we heard from her brother-in-law, and another brother. And this testimony kind of was they all echoed each other. And keep in mind, they can't be in the room while the other is testifying. But basically, they all testified that leading up to Maya's disappearance, they noticed Larry reaching out to them more often, which they say was not usual. They didn't have regular communication with Larry. But in the middle of 2020, they say that Larry started calling them and saying things like, "What's wrong with your sister? Our marriage is in trouble. Please help me with my marriage. Please help me make her stay," because Maya had already indicated, or they were having problems, and he had feelings that she was going to leave the marriage. The 2 brothers and the brother-in-law testified that Larry wanted to get the other guy. They all had the same testimony.
Get the other guy.
Yes.
That's just ominous listening to that.
The other guy, meaning the guy that we've learned that Maya was having an affair with, they testified that he told them that on separate occasions in separate family gatherings. And so that was something the prosecution kind of narrowed in on. But I will say the defense during cross-examination of these people tried to poke holes in that testimony. The brother that ended on the stand Thursday, JR, they were making him or trying to get him to say he never mentioned that to police in 2021. But you're now mentioning it on the stand. So that was kind of the defense's tactic to try to poke holes in what he was saying or what Larry had told him.
And you can watch the rest of Laura and Adam's conversation on our YouTube page and continue following our coverage of the trial on our website, 10news.com. There's a special section for Maya Miliete. Of course, we will bring you live updates today as the trial continues. Mexican authorities discovered an underground tunnel connecting Tijuana and San Diego. The tunnel stretches more than 870 feet. Sits nearly 21 feet underground. Authorities also said they found an electric sliding mechanism in both directions. Investigators believe it connects to a well-known street near Otay Mesa in southern San Diego. Agents seized suspected methamphetamine, marijuana, ammunition, and documents at a Tijuana home linked to the tunnel. Authorities say the property was possibly used as a storage and trafficking center for drugs and weapons.
And disturbing details as a 17-year-old girl was killed in Bay Park as she was 8 months pregnant. According to San Diego police, she was visiting from Arizona and was shot by her boyfriend. When officers arrived, they found the girl with a gunshot wound to the head, and first responders took her to the hospital where doctors performed a C-section. They say that the newborn is in critical condition this morning. Officials say her boyfriend was found in a nearby canyon a few hours later. He was arrested and taken into custody.
Okay, I love going to amusement parks. I used to love the roller coasters. I can't do them as much anymore. But parents know theme park trips, they are not cheap, especially if you have multiple kids. Scripps News Group's consumer reporter John Matarese wraps up our summer savings week with how to save on your next visit.
Big coasters, even bigger ticket prices. Whether it's your regional theme park or the giants Disney or Universal, we'll show you how to get some great deals this summer without the sticker shock. Nothing makes a kid's summer like a day or more at a theme park.
Probably in a few days.
To make that work, Haley Reed-Miller goes midweek and buys a meal plan.
Get a free drink and a free meal, and it's every 4 hours that you get it while you're in the park.
With single-day tickets now over $100 on average, I asked travel experts for their money-saving tips. Nidra McDaniel, founder of the travel blog Adventure Mom, says a Six Flags season pass makes sense with the chain operating more than 24 parks. She says it pays for itself after 2 visits. It includes free parking and access to other parks.
It is a great value.
For more discounts,
I would definitely look at AAA, also Costco.
for food, she recommends a meal plan, sharing or ordering kids' meals, even for adults. For water,
So you could bring a refillable water bottle and bring that in with you.
Leslie Sawhook of Exclusive Travel Partners shared deals from Disney and Universal, where she happened to be when I chatted with her for this story.
So right now they're doing a great promotion.
Universal is offering 2 days free with a 3-day ticket, and many on-site hotels include $300 in dining credits. That means for 5 nights and a family of 4.
It was around $3,000 for all of the parks and that $300 dining credit.
At Disney and other resorts, the perks sometimes offset the higher room costs on site.
They're including a water park stay the day you check in for complimentary.
Remember, dynamic pricing makes the summer months and weekends pricier.
When do you suggest going?
I suggest midweek. Midweek for lower pricing and for lighter crowds.
That way you get the most for your dollar and you don't waste your money. John Matarese, Scripps News Group.
And here at home, over 30,000 runners from across the country took over the streets of San Diego for the annual Rock and Roll Marathon. The race started in Balboa Park and led runners through a number of neighborhoods throughout the city. Isaac Hernandez from Willow Park, Texas came in first. He finished the total 26.2-mile run in just 2 hours, 28 minutes and 54 seconds. The winner of the women's marathon, Sarah Bagnell, finished in 2 hours, 57 minutes. We also want to give a shout out to our assignment desk editor, Justin, for finishing the half marathon in just 1 hour and 45 minutes. Congrats to all the runners. I can do a 5K in that amount of time. And that's the Streamline for you. Everything you need to know today in under 10 minutes or less.